So I'm here with Gary Street from Harlequins Rugby. Gary, tell us a little bit about your roles here.
So I'm the Academy Coach Development Officer, also the head coach of the Women's Tyrrell Prem side, working the Academy programme and anything else required.
Brilliant. Favourite holiday place?
Favourite holiday place is probably South Africa.
South Africa? Nice. Forward or back?
Back. Scrum half.
You were a scrum half?
I was indeed.
Nice. How much hair did you apply before playing?
None at all.
Pre-hair gel, scrum half.
Pre-hair gel days.
Scrum half, hair gel days. Well, Gary, thanks for spending the time with me. We've just done a session with the parents here. Great fun. Tell us some of the work you're doing with parents here to help them get the bigger picture of rugby life and development life.
Well, I think it's difficult being a parent anyway, and I don't remember any lessons at school about how to be a parent, and definitely not to how to be a parent of a sporting child. So I think it's really important that we can help parents with some tools on how best to support their child, and it is a pressurised environment, and we're trying to make sure that they have tools to cope with that, and hence the reason we get brilliant people like yourself here.
Oh, brilliant, thank you. As you've worked with seniors, England women. You now work with Tyrrell's women's side. You've had contact with a lot of parents. As you review those parents, what are some of the things you've seen parents do that go, oh, that is brilliant, I'm so glad they're doing that for my athlete?
I think that the ones that just support them in whatever it is they're doing, and that they don't define themselves by success on the field. It's about just being supportive, maintaining opportunities, driving the car, about being the taxi. I think it's that really, and just being able to facilitate their own development, making sure they've got lots of activities. You know, we're really proud at Quins that we don't want everybody just to be a rugby player at 13 years old. We want them to do different sports, and sometimes parents don't always get that we want to be really rounded individuals to help them in their careers and just being good kids and good people, really.
Brilliant, mate. Thank you. When you coach parents here, how are you? Not coach parents. When you coach athletes here, how are you engaging with parents in that? Well,
the parents really understand what their kids are going through, so we really try to break down the barriers. I know everyone was slightly wary when we first started doing it. I like the parents to get in the huddles, to listen to what the coaches are saying. I like them to get as close as they can in the training environment. In the past, they've sort of put them in the stands, keep them outside the caged 3G pitches. I like them inside. I like them hearing what the coaches are talking about, so they can have really good conversations on the way home about, that coach asked you today to be really creative. What does that mean for you? So just ask better questions, understand what we're trying to do with the kids and how we're trying to support them as well.
And now you coached the parents, didn't you? You actually invited them to come and join in, didn't you?
Yeah, so I think it's important for, it's so easy to get wound up on a Sunday morning about shouting at your kids and coaching and screaming and the amount of information you get, and I think it's really interesting going and coaching the parents, see what that's like, get them to feel what it's like to be a player, feel what it's like to have loads of people shouting and screaming at you about tackle, catch the high ball, and just give that different perspective, really.
Brilliant, excellent. And when you've got athletes here who are struggling, what kind of communication are you having with parents over that? How are you talking to parents about the next step with their young people? Yeah,
just being open as much as we can. I think that what it's done by having the parents involved and on pitch side and in the huddles, they feel as though they're actually part of the playing, coaching, parent team, as opposed to we've got players and coaches and parents are over here. We want them involved more, and definitely without doubt, once parents have been inside the training environment and listened and been part of it, the conversations then flow so much easier about it because they feel part of the team.
Now, say a parent's watching this and they've got a niggle about one of the sporting environments their children's in, and they don't know what to do about that concern. Do they contact the coach? Do they talk to their child about it? What would your top tips do for a parent who's got anxious about an element of their child's sporting journey, which is normal and natural, is going to happen at lots of points?
Definitely, I'd really encourage them to speak to me. I think that I've had some parents here, even here today, who I've heard this and I've heard that, and this is happening next year, and aren't they all getting dropped and stuff? And one of the reasons that I try to be here as much as possible, and most of my coaching time at DVP level is with parents rather than coaches and players at the moment, is to really allay fears, is really to say this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to create opportunities and environment to be successful and just enjoy the sport and enjoy being here rather than worrying too much about the outcome at the end. So definitely, hopefully coaches are open to that conversation.
Brilliant. Gary, thank you very much. Gary's on Twitter, follow him. He does an excellent job with his side, and you can always just see the care that he gives to players and attention come through the interviews that he gives. So enjoy that. Cheers. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.